7. Barrett outside, the switch. Doncic goes, oh, what a great step! And then he hammers it home! Broke his ankles!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. And today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite rookies from the 2021 NBA draft class. And his name is Evan Mobley, the power forward coming out of USC. I think he's one of the most versatile players coming out of that draft class, and I really do think he could be one of the best big men. Yes, we're not even 10 games into the NBA season, but it's so hard not to get excited about Evan Mobley. His impact on the Cleveland Cavaliers so far this season has been absolutely amazing. Yes, at some point he is going to hit the rookie wall, but his talent literally just jumps off the page at you. He can do so many things. He is so unique, and I really do think he's going to be a good NBA player. I'm not trying to put that much pressure on him. I just thought this would be a very fun video to make. And also, is he quickening the rebuild of the Cleveland Cavaliers? There's a lot of big time question marks about the playmaking. The defense entering the season for the Cleveland Cavaliers, this dude is a power forward. He's a 7-footer alongside Jarrett Allen, which I think is a great fit. You have Evan Mobley's feel for the game. You have Jarrett Allen's ability to just throw it down ferociously, and his strength to take off pressure of Evan Mobley, of having those tough assignments, because Jarrett Allen is much stronger and Evan Mobley kind of has a thinner frame, so there is pressure taken off of him when it comes to certain assignments on the defense side of the basketball. But Evan Mobley could even just pass the ball in transition. He could just defend. This dude is an absolute beast, and let's get into Evan Mobley. So we're going to be getting into Evan Mobley's defense. Evan Mobley's defense has impressed me so much so far throughout his NBA career. And yes, we're not even 10 games into his NBA career. Eventually, offenses are going to try to throw him off his game on the defense side of the basketball, disguise certain things, try to get him into foul trouble, make him feel like very frustrated, or make him feel uncomfortable, like throw a Dwight Howard at him, throw an Andre Drummond at him, make them post up, try to really make them use that finesse in their game. Or Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's actually shown a lot of finesse in his game this year with the Philadelphia 76ers. He's actually been a pretty versatile big man if you've actually watched the games and you guys have watched the tape. But something I've been really impressed with when it comes to Evan Mobley is his patience, his discipline. Most of the time when you think of someone that's 7 foot, skinny, rookie entering the NBA, they're going to be overzealous. They're going to get into foul trouble like crazy. Well, Evan Mobley's actually been pretty disciplined. He knows when to make the big time, like, momentum changing block. He knows when to play straight hands up fundamental defense. And I'm not saying he's just a good shot blocker or someone that's just great at altering shots. I think people get confused with being a good defender and being a good shot blocker. I think they're totally different things. For example, I could be someone with a long wingspan. I could block shots of someone working down the lane. That's awesome and all, but how versatile are you? Are you someone that could do more than one thing on the defense side of the basketball? In my opinion, being a good defensive player, I'm not asking you to guard the perimeter as a big man, but do you have good awareness when, like, are you recognizing when someone's cutting back door? Are you capable of guarding the pick and roll? Like, things like that besides blocking shots, because I'm a New York Knicks fan. I've seen Kristaps Porzingis block shots, but that didn't necessarily mean he was a good defensive player. He would allow players to cut back door and have bad awareness. Well, Evan Mobley has such a great basketball IQ. His instincts are absolutely off the charts, and he has even shown that he can guard the perimeter. Like this example play that I'll put on the screen really quick. I might get copyright, but a big time play down the stretch, Damian Lillard looking to attack. Yes, Damian Lillard, like, Evan Mobley's not going to be able to stay in front of a Damian Lillard. Let's be completely real. But Damian Lillard, I wouldn't say he completely blows by him. I think Evan Mobley plays disciplined defense here, and he comes up with a block. Like, this is what's huge about his defense as well. He has a freakishly long wingspan, so it helps him to be able to recover as well, especially because he's not the strongest at this stage of his career. He kind of needs that length. He needs that big-time physical profile, and he has that long wingspan to alter shots. He's a beast using that wingspan. He really knows how to utilize his physical tools. Jaren Jackson Jr., this one play as well. We know Jaren Jackson Jr. could put the ball on the floor and go to work. Jaren Jackson Jr. looks to attack. Evan Mobley does a good job shutting him off. Jaren Jackson Jr. goes to his next move, and Evan Mobley just does an amazing job altering the shot. So he knows how to guard outside on the perimeter, or at least do a decent job for a big man. You're not expecting a big man to completely lock him down outside outside on the perimeter. But I do think when he gets stronger, he's gonna have potential as well to like shut him off with his body and just stop the dribble penetration, which he has shown. So yes, he could defend inside, like in the interior, outside, like shut him off from mid-range territory. I just love watching a play on the defense side of the basketball, use those physical tools. He doesn't give up on a play. He plays like an absolute beast, and I really do think he has high potential. Like he could be a defensive player of the year candidate one day. I know it's very early, but if you watch this dude play, he's an absolute beast on the defense side of the basketball. By the way, obviously his interior defense is not where he really wants it to be at. He needs to get stronger because there's moments that people could just like bang down low up against him like so easily and just have a baby hook, and it's just very easy, and he's just not able to stop it at this stage of his career. But he's really young. He is still technically a teenager. Now getting into like literally like what the heck when watching Evan Mobley. His handle, his speed, his court vision. He's so unique as a basketball player. Sometimes he's like a guard. He snags a rebound. He's like, let's get out and run. He gives it up to the point guard, runs like a gazelle down the basketball court. Or sometimes he dribbles the ball up. And the scary thing is, his handle isn't that bad for someone who's a 7-footer, and he's only 19 years old, and he moves fast with the ball as well. Not like he's extremely slow or even without the ball. His awareness, knowing where to be, just giving up the basketball and just running down the floor, and he's like, I'm gonna make sure that no one catches up with me, and just getting like easy opportunities at the basket. He's just an absolute freak of nature the way he runs the floor. Like he doesn't move like a 7-footer. He's so fast because of those long strides, and he's even shown at times that he could like score off the dribble, or he could open up shots for himself, creating off the dribble a little bit. But what's so impressive is his court vision. Like, there's been literal times that this dude would dribble the ball up the court and make the proper reads. I'm like, is this dude a 7-footer? Like, am I watching a guard or am I watching a big man? He can make the proper reads, like dump it down inside, just like have soft touch on the passes. They're not inaccurate. He knows when to kick it outside of the perimeter. Like, this dude is so lethal as a player. He does a little bit of everything in his game, but his stats aren't a little bit of everything. Not like this is someone who's averaging like 8 and 8. He's averaging a double-double. All right, now getting into his finishing. This is a work in progress in his game, in my opinion. Yes, he does have a soft touch, but there's a lot of things you could say that are a work in progress because his strength goes into this, his finishing around the basket. There was one time he just tried to post someone up and he just got absolutely knocked off his spot. Until he gets stronger, he's going to be knocked off of spots. But I actually like this kind of like push shot slash kind of floater thing in his arsenal. He knows he's not the strongest at this point, so he came in ready with something. His hook shot's a work in progress, which like sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes he can be too strong with it. But I actually do like the hook shot. I think he has proper mechanics on it. And obviously, he's an athletic freak of nature. If you find him in the dunker spot, he's going to find a way to yam it on you. With one hand, with two hands, like with his length around the basket, he really does a good job using his length around the basket. He knows how to use his physical profile, which I think is huge for someone that is that tall, for someone that does have the type of length he has around the basket. But he recognizes when he has to lay it up and in when someone's throwing him in an alley-oop. He doesn't go for the dunk every time, but he knows when to finish strong. He's a lob threat. He rolls very hard to the basket. He has so much talent. It's just amazing seeing his talent out there on the court. And I'm not meaning to hype him up, but he just knows how to come off screens properly. His timing on everything is just insane. All right, now getting into Evan Mobley's mechanics slash jump shot, and I do think he could be solid in this department one day. Right now, he is not shooting a lot of threes, which I actually like. He's not forcing certain things that he knows that he can't really execute on yet at a very high level. For example, sometimes on tape, he's like, I can take this three, but I'm going to take a couple dribbles in, or I'm going to take a couple dribbles, pull up from mid-range territory, get closer to the basket. I'm going to take the points that I know I have a higher chance of executing, but I don't think he's the worst of mechanics in the world. Yes, you could say his shot is slow, but I do think it's smooth, but I do like it from mid-range territory. I like it closer to the basket. He has games that he can make it from beyond the arc. He has games that he is bricking, but I think that comes with repetition, just working on it in practice. When it comes to the NBA three-point line, maybe he's still adjusting to the NBA three-point line because it's a big difference from college. The EuroLeague three-point line's actually the second longest behind the NBA three-point line, I believe, because it's still professional. But he's going to continue to get better when it comes to his shot. He's even working on a fadeaway jumper. He hasn't really had that much success. It's a work in progress. I don't know if it's because his release is slow, so someone's able to contest it. But he doesn't have a low set point, so he is able to get it over people. A lot of people don't really block his shot. but I do think there's potential there with the jump shot. I really like it from mid-range territory. He doesn't need to be a Stephen Curry level shooter to be successful in the NBA. And when it comes to his rebounding, he's actually had some early on success, like nearly averaging a double-double. I believe he's averaging 9 rebounds per game right now, and he actually does a solid job boxing out, but it doesn't work out all the time because he is thin. But because of his physical profile of his long wingspan, because he has like a high vertical, he is able to snag those rebounds. And I think it comes down to effort, just knowing how to use his wingspan, because I thought he was going to struggle. So far, he's averaging more rebounds than he did in his collegiate career, but it is still very early. So we'll see what goes on to happen when it comes to him progressing throughout his NBA career with rebounding the basketball. But right now, Evan Mobley's off to a great start in his NBA career. So far, I'll probably give him an A-. We're not that many games in, so obviously that's like, you could say that about a lot of rookies, and because at some point I do think Evan Mobley's going to hit the rookie wall. Every rookie does go on to hit the rookie wall. But let me know down below your thoughts and analysis, and peace out, y'all.